What's up, my beautiful loves? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Seema. I'm an artist as well as an intuitive, and in this video I have a reading for you guys. We're going to be using the Gita deck. It's actually not a set of oracle cards, but they're just cards. I'm going to be using these today. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for being here. We do have some crack with us. It's just a year about today. The focus of life is honestly to just feel as uplifted as you can and to tune into the frequency of love, because so many things happen in life. Like, we have to deal with so many situations, we have to deal with people as well, and things can get very confusing if we ourselves get confused and if we stay away from what we should be doing, which is focusing on love, you know? So I want you guys to focus on the love within yourselves, and it'll be mirrored and reflected back onto you in so many different ways, you know? I want you guys to know that you don't need anything. You don't need anything outside of you. All you need to do is just to feel love every single day, to connect with Creator, with creation, and you will be fine. You'll be more than fine. You'll be very successful. When you're successful spiritually, I don't know why I'm going off about this, but when you're successful spiritually, material success comes next. But you can't have one without the other. Like, I'll give you an example. So, with any invention that has ever been created, people found themselves in a state of flow. What do you think happens when we're in a state of flow? We're connected. You know, like musicians who create great works, they're connected. Steve Jobs, who created the iPhone and Apple, was connected when he created. So it's about connection. It's about connection to source. What do you think happens when two people are in a good, stable relationship? They're both connected to their higher selves. They're both connected to source, right? So spirituality is us. We are spiritual beings. Everything is spiritual. And so material success is also spiritual. Relationship success is also spiritual. Business success is the same. When you have core principles, like core foundational principles about where your focus needs to be placed, the vibration at which you want to sit at, you strive for that, you know, and that constant striving becomes the standard of your life, you know. And so then all of your connections become infused with that prana, with that love. All of your endeavors become infused with that love, and you see it materialize in physical, tangible form. Here we go. So this card says, best of yogis. I'm going to read it, okay? Of all yogis, the one who is filled with faith, his entire being given over to me, is the most intimately united with me and is the best of all. So one who is filled with faith. So like, what is faith? I have this quote that I've been saying to myself since I was in college, and this quote says, you know, you can lose everything, Seema. Like, you can lose everything, you know? But if you lose your faith, then you've really lost everything. Lose material things, if you lose people, if you lose connections, like, if you lose your health, you know, because I've had to deal with that kind of stuff as well, you know, that's all fine, whatever. But if you lose your faith, you can't have anything else, because it's from our faith that all things are able to come to us. Who supplies everything, really? Who supplies everything? When I point up, it's just a reference, but in actuality, like, creation is all around us. Creator is all around us. Creator is within us, you know, like, so that's why to really know oneself and to really love oneself, you have to seek knowledge of source. That's the only way to really know yourself, or else you're gonna be spiraling in the web of this material creation, which is really confusing. People seek to know themselves through travel, through vices, through other people, you know. You're not gonna find yourself in anything except going within, trying to find that spark, that, oh my God, like, somebody's listening to me think. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very comforting energy. Somebody's always present. Somebody's powering my heartbeat. Something is powering my heartbeat. And so then if you take it a step further, you see that God is not impersonal. God is very personal. God is a person who, just like us, like, is the same, except that he's the creator. So why is it important to understand that God is a person? Because if you don't realize that God is a person, then you won't be able to have a relationship with God, a connection with God. You're just gonna think that, oh, okay, like, you know, I'm, you know, like, this is God and that's God, and, you know, God is very impersonal, like, who am I in connection to God? But no, God is a person, and we have the ability to develop a connection. Friends, when you develop a connection with God, everything is solved for you. Everything is taken care of for you. You become very equipped with everything that you need. So then you live a very rich life. Your life is rich. That's the way to live a rich life. And I'm talking in all ways, spiritually, financially, etc. Okay? Don't shy away from seeing the deeper side of life. You think money is not spiritual? Everything is spiritual, and everything comes from divine, who is within us. So of all yogis, the one who is filled with faith, his entire being given over to me, surrender, right? Because we have no choice. We're gonna die, you know? We have no choice. We have to surrender unto our Creator. Do you think anything in life is easy? Everything's a struggle. Everything's a freaking headache. You know what I mean? You fall in love, you feel pain. You fall out of love, you feel pain. Everything's a headache. But when your experiences become supercharged with this divine power, with this divine love, everything is beautiful. You fall in love, it's beautiful. You fall out of love, it's beautiful, because it's God. Every single one of your interactions is God. This does not have to do anything with religion. I want you guys to take religion out of your dictionary. I want you to take dogma out of your dictionary. This is not religious. It's scientific. Every single study within quantum science alludes to this basic fundamental principle, that we have the ability to form a relationship and a connection with the divine. And Krishna says, because this is from the Gita, Krishna is talking here. So when Krishna says best of all, he just means best of all yogis, meaning most achieved in terms of yogic practice. And yogic practice is just about mental control, aligning with the heart. Like literally, like every single human being is a yogi, because we all have the potential to realize this connection with Creator and to become self-realized. So every single human being is a yogi. We just don't know it. Like, that's the only thing. Like I said, when we create music, when we sing, when we invent stuff, like, what do you think we're doing? We are deriving this primordial energy from the divine, and we are manifesting it into the tangible reality. We are literally co-creating. We are instant manifestors. Like, this is why everything you think is real. Everything you believe will manifest, will materialize. This is especially true in connections and partnerships, like, well, in everything. But let's say that you have some deeply held insecurities and you try to enter a connection with somebody. It's going to be mirrored back onto you, because that is what you have decided. You have decided that the outlook is a certain way. Let's say you decide to not trust somebody. There's nothing that person can do to make you trust them. It's your decision. There is a quote that says, like, I'm sure you guys have heard it, but there's a quote that says, you know, people have to earn your trust. People have to earn your respect. I don't agree with that at all. You should trust everybody. You should respect everybody. No holds bar, no prerequisites, nothing. Even if somebody breaks your trust, even if somebody disrespects you, you have now the opportunity to go within and to see that, oh, okay, this is where I could strengthen my energetic boundary. It's always a self-work game. It's always a game of leveling up. It's always a game of self-improvement. It's a great opportunity to improve when we get hurt. You know, you gotta look at this life like you are constantly leveling up this video game character that you are. It's energy, your energy body. And then you'll become indestructible. Like, literally, if you take losses in any way, you'll be able to handle that. You'll be able to iterate in another way, in another direction. Use pitfalls as an opportunity to strengthen yourself. This is self-mastery. The Gita will teach you self-mastery very well, okay? Everything that I know starts and ends really with studying like books and stuff, but the Gita is one of the most powerful. It's really never ending. The next card that I have here says calm meditation, okay? As a lamp in a windless place does not waver, so the yogi whose mind is focused remains always steady in meditation on the transcendent self. There are always going to be things coming in to disturb us. This is material life. The way to not be disturbed is to have your mind focused on the Jiva Atma, the soul within. This is what it means to live in a state of meditation. So how do you get there? You have to practice. Books like the Gita can only help us get there. Dogma or religion or what people tell us or don't tell us, all these things are noise. Foundational, necessary steps can only be done by you in solitude. That's it. So when our mind is focused, we can achieve anything. The 2024 Olympics just happened. Do you think that any of these Olympians could have succeeded if their minds were not contained and steady upon what they were about to do? It's literally a meditative practice to execute anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be writing a letter, writing a book, going to the Olympics, doing a reading. You have to be focused. You have to be aligned and centered, right? So meditation is ours anyway all the time. The Gita just talks about how we can move through life in a state of meditation upon divine, upon our connection with divine. That's true fulfillment. That's true unalloyed fulfillment. Nothing will shake you. Nothing will ever be able to shake you. You will be so foundationally situated in who you are. And then from there, everything else in your life will flourish. You'll be able to love yourself and others. You'll be able to detach from labels in society, you know. You will free yourself from such things. When you hold love within yourself, nothing can touch you, right? You are infinitely protected. You are situated upon the highest vibrational frequency. Love is true protection. It's also protection from jealousy, okay? So people think that like evil eye and all that stuff is something to be worried about. You should never worry about nazar. Nazar is just a reflection of some unhealed quotient within you. Evil eye is just a reflection of some insecurity that you hold within yourself. I want you guys to understand this and to feel empowered within this, okay? Tears. Okay. You guys have no idea. I have major caffeine sensitivity. These things used to take me through college. I'm gonna take this one first. Okay. The restless mind. The yoga practitioner whose mind is unbridled can never attain self-realization. Only one who has mastered the self and who strives by right means is assured of success. When your mind is unbridled, you are swayed. You won't know what you want. You won't know who you are because your mind is swayed by all of these different things, people's opinions or just everything that we have to encounter. There's a lot of mental pollution that we have to encounter every day. Meditation is the way to take a shower from the inside out. It's important that we cleanse. The next card that I have here is material elements, okay? And who's on this card here? Lakshmi Devi in the middle. Wow. We have all of the forms of, we have Durga Devi here. We have Saraswati Devi here. And this is all goddess, like this is all. The thing about universal energy is that it is dispersed in various different forms. Everything is everything else, just with a twist, okay? So, you know, like, that's extremely beautiful because it shows us how energy is never created nor destroyed, only transferred. Everything starts and ends with our creator. So let's see this card here. My material nature is made up of 8 separate energies. This is what Krishna says. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. That's brazy. Let me tell you why. We have here the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air, right? The 4 material elements. Then Krishna is saying that my material nature is made up of 4 more, okay? Ether, so like the astral basically. Mind, so the mental body. Mind is in everything. Intelligence, which is a separate component of mind. It sits above the mind. Right? And false ego is the last one. So false ego is me walking around saying that I'm Seema, right? And identifying as Seema. I'm a girl. I drink yerbas, like whatever, you know, like all of this identification is an example of false ego because it truly is false. Like there's nothing about us that is temporary. We just identify ourselves with temporary things, you know? And so we become conditioned. This is what it means to be a conditioned soul, right? We are literally trapped, bound here, shackled here by our affiliation with the 5 senses, 6 senses including the mind. Like we're low-key stuck. So Krishna is essentially saying that like false ego is just another component of him, of his energy. It's one of his 8 separate energies. Everything in this life is painful. Everything in this life is conditioning. We are conditioned to thinking that this relationship is mine. These finances are mine. Our mind is never free. So yeah, I'm gonna take one more card, okay? I'm gonna take the topmost card here. The time of death, this card says. Whoever who relinquishes his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. If you do not take the time and the effort to meet your creator when you're in this material life, what makes you think you're going to see him at the time of death? You're not going to know. You're going to be just as delusioned in death as you were in life. So let's say that you at the time of death, you're laying there, right? And you remember your family, your earthly family, which is typically the case because this is the fourth house. We usually remember the fourth house at the time of passing. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think you're going to be able to transcend the material body in the next life? Do you think you're going to be able to take a higher form as a deva or a celestial being? It says explicitly in the Gita that, you know, energy transports us, it carries us. When you meditate, you travel. So it's the same thing at the time of death. You will travel. So where are you going to go? It matters where your consciousness is placed, because wherever your consciousness is placed, that's where you're going to end up. So let's say you follow the instructions that are given in the Gita. You will never have to repeat the cyclical nature of birth and death. You'll be free from karma. You'll be free from repetitive cycles. You'll be free from having to take another earthly body. And this is huge, guys. Like, this is like success, like ultimate success. You know, this is bigger than any material success. This is like moksha. Okay, just hold on, give me 1 second because I want to give you guys the right information. Starts with S. Samadhi. Ah, Seema, come on, Seema. I knew that. Samadhi. Okay, thank you so much, Jesus. I'm sorry, okay? I'm learning with you guys. Okay? So like samadhi is ultimate success, you know? It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. So I'm going to read the verse one more time. At the time of death, whoever relinquishes his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Guys, this is the way to end all suffering, literally. God has so many forms, you know, and we don't know any of them because we're deluded here. Like, Earth is literally a school, you know. At the time of death, whoever relinquishes his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. Without fail. It is a promise that if you muster up the spiritual stamina, and if you educate yourself spiritually, and if you do the work to expand your consciousness in this material incarnation, in this material realm, you will be trained up enough to, at the time of death, literally say peace out, you know what I mean? And ascend properly. Go where your soul has been wanting to go for eons, guys, okay? So yeah, like, God is so beautiful. I'm not gonna read that card, but I have to now. Gosh, this is just so on point, it's insane. After innumerable births and deaths, those who are wise surrender unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that exists. Such great souls are very rare. I'm not gonna elaborate on that because I just kind of did, you know. But God is very beautiful. God is all expansive, all inclusive, all loving. Nothing here on this earthly plane compares to him and his energy. No amount of protection compares to the protection he can grant. No amount of love that we experience can compare to the amount of love we can experience when we're with him and when we form and maintain a connection and relationship with him. Then that love gets carried unto everything that we do, unto every relationship we cultivate, unto everyone we talk to and meet. We become very spiritually healthy in this process, and all of our connections and interactions become infused with this spiritual health. It is the greatest pain of people to deal with relationships. Relationships are very hard for people. It's always a struggle because we are constantly seeing reflections of ourselves within other people. Everybody is just us pushed out. So it's a constant self-work game when we meet people and enter into relationships with them, because now we have to face all the stuff within us that we pushed back or ignored or didn't want to face or didn't want to deal with, and we have to face it. Heartbreak is not a normal place or condition. Heartbreak is just there to show you what you need to work on within yourself, and then when you do that inner work, you'll stop being heartbroken. In this way, all relationships are an invitation for us to level up, you know. So this is something that everybody can benefit from understanding. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I'm honored to have made this video for you. I'm praying for all of you guys. Like, I wish you ultimate success. I wish you happiness. I wish you joy. So yeah, I love you guys. If you guys want personal one-on-one coaching, I will link it in the description below. If you guys want to see these cards, I will link them in the description below. If you guys want to join my mentorship that I just launched, it has to do with one-on-one mindset coaching, where I will go more into depth surrounding self-mastery techniques that I can help you guys hone. We're going to be working on your energy first. We're going to be seeing what patterns have been replaying this whole time so that you can go ahead and put a pause on them and then flip it. I do have that coaching down below. If you want to book a one-on-one call with me to talk about anything that you desire in terms of your personal circumstances, I'll have that linked in the description below as well. I love you guys so much. You have my entire heart. Everything I do is for you. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.